Let's begin with new information on our breaking news. Right now, the CHP and fire investigators are on Yerba Buena Island examining the remains of a fatal big rig accident.
That accident started 200 feet above their heads when the driver literally drove off the S-curve of the Bay Bridge. ABC 7's Terry McSweeney has been on the scene since the investigation began. He's live on Yerba Buena Island with the very latest. Terry?
Yeah, the CHP still not revealing the name of the driver who died here on Yerba Buena Island after his truck came off the Bay Bridge, flew 200 feet and crashed, but they're telling us that he was a Hayward man. Take a look at some video that we have from earlier, giving you a good look at a disintegrated truck, and that's what happens to this truck. It was a produce truck hauling pears. It was out of the trucking company is out of San Ramon. He was westbound on the Bay Bridge in the right lanes. Eyewitnesses say he drove along and at 50 miles an hour came to the S-curve where you're supposed to slow down to 40 miles an hour. He didn't do that. According to the CHP, he tried to adjust at the last minute. His load shifted and he went off the edge, came all the way down and crashed on Yerba Buena Island.
There are Caltrans engineers here at the site. They will look at the Bay Bridge to ensure that it's structurally safe. The California Highway Patrol, it's important that we conduct a thorough investigation because there was a loss of life and there was some significant damage, as you can see behind me, as far as the vehicle dropping 200 feet.
CHP also says that there is nothing wrong with the design of the bridge, even with that S-curve, that zigzag in the bridge. He says that there have been about 40 fender benders since it went in on Labor Day. He says, obviously, when you got more than a quarter million vehicles per day going over this bridge and you only have 40 fender benders, there's nothing wrong with the bridge. That a little slowing down wouldn't help. And according to the CHP, when this driver had his load shift, it was too much. It came over the edge. There was some concern earlier that there might be someone else in the truck. We're now being told there was no one else in the truck. Also that there were 150 gallons of fuel on that truck. The driver, according to the logs in his cab, had just filled up. So he had a full tank of gas, and there is some concern out here about what that's going to do environmentally. San Francisco Fire Department was out here. In fact, they are out here right now, still putting down some absorbents to try to soak up some of that. But the story out here right now, the driver is dead after driving his semi off the Bay Bridge at the S-curve, crashing here on Yerba Buena Island. Back to you in the studio.
Yeah, Terry, thanks. And as you know, this is just the latest accident at the S-curve. Last month, a big rig hauling groceries flipped over while taking the S-curve too fast. Nobody was injured in the October 14th crash that time, but the truck's load spilled across the upper deck and closed the bridge, trapping drivers for some 9 hours. The spilled groceries had to be hauled off by hand before the big rig could be uprighted and cleared. The CHP says the driver didn't realize the configuration had changed and was going too fast to make the curve. The speed limit is 40 miles per hour, but a lot of drivers enter that curve way too fast.